Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be looking at Bagsmart's incredible 28-liter expandable travel backpack. In this video, I'll be first showing you the exterior of the bag, then I'll be showing you how I've packed it out, then I'll expand it, see how much extra I can fit in, and then I'm just going to quickly talk about my likes and my dislikes about the bag. Starting off on the front, we've got quite a few pockets to get through. So here we have our first hidden pocket, which is pretty flat, but it does have the mesh to it, so you can chuck a few small items in there. I wouldn't put anything too important because, you know, it's very easy to access on the back. But in the same location, we've got another zipper on the side with an equally sized pocket. In here, I've got my journal, which I will now place on the side. Next up, you'll notice the main compartment is accessed here. I'll look at that in a moment. But first, this top pocket, where I keep all my very quick access items. I've got a power bank in here. I've got my trusty Samsung Buds, which I've had for a couple of years now. And, you know, you can just chuck anything you want in there. I love this pocket. I'll tell you more about it in my likes. Then, on the sides, we've got our compression straps. They're pretty cool. You just pull on them to undo them, plug them in, and then tighten them up. Pretty great for if you're at an airport and your bag might be a little bit too fat. So you just squeeze it tight, as long as what you have in there is squeezable, I guess, like clothing. Then on the other side, we have the water bottle holder. Right now I've got this 1 liter water bottle inside. I will be placing that to the side. But what I like about this is that it is stretchy, so you can stick quite a large water bottle in there if you needed to. It's not that tall, but I have seen people use the compression strap to hold the bottle or stick it through a loop on the bottle to keep it much more secure. Next up, we've got the other side. Here we've got this small side pocket right here, which you can keep, I don't know, passport or Tic Tacs or knickknacks or whatever small items you want in there. And then we have another one here, which I guess is more hidden. So maybe this is actually better for the passport. Yeah, it feels more secure there. It's right behind your back. You don't want to put anything too big in there because this padding is decent, but you will feel anything that is in this pocket. Next up, we have the straps. They feel pretty good to me. They're not especially bulky or thick, which is usually what I prefer. But they hold on nicely, and then we have the sternum strap that is on rails, which is also very handy because when the bag is fully loaded out, you'll want that sternum strap to really keep it close to your body. I do keep these straps quite loose because this is, I believe, the smallest bag I've reviewed, but don't let that fool you. It still fits everything I need inside. Then we've got 2 handles. We've got one on the side over here, really good for carrying this way. I don't really like it too much. The straps are always going to be hanging around, but that's fine. I just prefer the top handle. These are both great handles. They've got decent stitching, and otherwise it just feels good, you know, carrying around like a backpack as you would. All right, 3 more things to show you. We've got the shoe pouch on the bottom, which has little holes in case your shoes are very muddy or wet. So I think this is really cool. I currently have a pair of Vans in there, which I guess I can show you now. You'll want to put flat shoes in here because it does dig into the main compartment. So these are my very flat Vans, as you can see. But with them, they don't take too much space away from the main compartment. I'll just put them to the side. I don't want to sit here and struggle in front of you guys while you're watching. Then we have the big pocket, which I've forgotten to show off. It is the laptop compartment. So it has space here for a 15-inch laptop. Now my laptop is a 17-inch laptop and I have managed to squeeze it in here, but it presses quite hard against these zips and that just stresses me out too much to actually leave it in there. So I would recommend anything under a 17-inch laptop. I'm fairly confident that like a 16-inch MacBook would fit in here. So for now, I've just got my tablet in here. And then we have these mesh pockets. Here, you could probably leave a charger or something of the sort, but this isn't a very wide compartment, so you can't fit too many thick items in here. But otherwise, I've had no problems with it so far. I've got no complaints. I love a thin tech pouch on a travel bag so that I can fit more of my actual important items into the big compartment. We do have a luggage strap here in case you want to roll it around on your check-in luggage. And then we have, finally, the compression zipper, which you can see over here, which will decompress the bag, which I'll show off in a minute after I've showed you everything inside. Let's have a look at the main compartment here. I'll open it up. Now, the first thing you should note is this big space over here. This looks like a toiletries pouch to me. It looks waterproof, so you can keep your toothpaste and your toothbrush and whatever you want in there. Now I still use a toiletries bag, so that's why it's empty for me. It does have this compression strap on the inside, but as you can see, even though I've stuffed this bag, I can't get this thing tight enough to actually press. So I imagine it's just for holding things on the inside. So first off, I've got my little toiletries bag. Not actually that little, it's pretty big. It needs an upgrade. I've used this thing for many years. It's full of my soap and conditioner and you name it. Then we've got my main packing cube. I've just got one of these in here. It's my Peak design. It is stuffed full with all the clothes I would need for a few days of travel. And it is currently in its compressed state, just so you're aware. You can compress these and it is smushed. And that's it for this large compartment. It does have the shoes here, as you can see. This thing actually stretches out quite far inside. Now, if I didn't have an extra pair of shoes with me, how I would use this is I would leave my Peak Design packing cube here, and as I use the clothes, I would put the dirty clothes in there. I think that's how I do it, but you're free to use it as you see fit. Now, let's expand the bag and see if I can fit anything extra. I've got a book, another packing cube, a towel, and a camera, and we'll see how much extra we can get in there. You should be able to see that guy. Open him up. And we pull the bag wider apart. Look at that. Doesn't look like that much extra space, but according to them, it's a 38-liter bag now, so let's see how much extra I can fit inside. First, I'll squeeze my shoes to the side, because we don't need those right now. Then we will put the medium-sized packing cube. I'm gonna stand, so I feel like I'll need to squish some things. Next up, the toiletries bag, back where it belongs, in there. Now I do notice a bit more room now that it's a bit expanded, so let's start with my other packing cube. Now it does seem like a bit of a tight squeeze, but that's kind of what we want. I want to see how much I can put in here. It doesn't look like I'll get the camera in there. That's just not going to work. The towel would probably work. And here's the book I'm reading. It is a thick book, Wind and Truth, the 5th book in the Stormlight Archive. I reckon that will fit in there. Wonder if I can get the towel in on top. Maybe if I fold it nicely. But now it really looks like these straps are going to come in handy, doesn't it? This is really pushing the bag to its absolute limits. I hope I'm not damaging anything. Straps over the top. Yeah, look at that. And then close. That's not closing. I've definitely pushed it a bit too far. Let's take that out. I wouldn't recommend carrying your books with your clothes, but here we are. Close that up again. Close the top. This looks like it'll definitely close. Not even a challenge. And I guess we could, in theory, use these compression straps to get it even tighter. So why don't we show what it looks like when I'm wearing it, and then I'll talk about the things I like and the things I don't like about this bag. So Bagsmart has given me a 10% discount code. So if you wanted to grab this bag and save a bit of money, follow the link in the description. From the side, from the back. That feels a bit better to me. Otherwise, yeah, let's talk likes and dislikes about the bag. First off, we'll do the likes. My favorite compartment is the one on the top. I love that it is so easy to access what I need right here on the top of the bag. If I drop it, I open the top zip and I get in there and I have whatever I need. Second, I really like the compression straps, and I like that they don't get in the way of anything. They don't block any zippers. They just exist within their own space, which is fantastic. I love the look of the bag. Can we talk about that? This thing looks great. I like this color, the white with the black. Now I wouldn't take this somewhere too mucky, otherwise I reckon it'll get dirty. But it does say on the website that it is machine washable. I haven't tried it yet, but I trust it. And I guess the final big thing that I really like is that it just has this major compartment. I really like that in a bag. And yeah, maybe the things that I don't like too much, there's only one major gripe that I have about the bag, and that would be the zippers. To me, proper quality zippers make or break a bag. These have not failed me yet, but they just have a cheaper feel to them. And especially when I put my bigger laptop in and it was pressing on them from the inside, I was very worried that they would give out. But otherwise, I cannot think of anything else that I would really change about this bag. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching to the end of my video. Give me a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. And leave me a comment if you want to talk to me. I will respond to every single comment. There's not nearly enough subscribers for me not to do so. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.